thing I love about my relationship with Christian, we have respect for each other. Granted, we're gonna disagree about things, but the way you speak to someone, it is everlasting.
Jennifer Williams was recently seen leaving a courthouse with tears in her eyes. Cameras captured the emotional moment, and no, it wasn't a scene from a reality show. This was real life. The man she once loved, her husband, is now headed to federal prison. This wasn't just a simple breakup or another celebrity scandal. It was a full-blown legal and emotional disaster, and Jennifer found herself at the center of it all. What happened? How did things go from social media love stories to courtroom chaos? And what does this all mean for Jennifer's future? Let's break down everything that led to this moment, because the truth is, this story goes way deeper than what the headlines say.
I'm a reality person, and you have to tell your truth because people see right through it. And unfortunately, I've been in some bad relationships. I've been in some good ones too, but I just think it's important to just share your story because you never know who you're affecting or how someone else can learn from you.
In the beginning, things between Jennifer Williams and Christian looked like a dream. Their relationship played out publicly with glamorous photos, romantic quotes, and matching outfits. Jennifer often spoke about Christian with admiration, calling him her rock, someone she could rely on emotionally and spiritually. He was quiet, calm, and often stayed in the background while she enjoyed the spotlight. To the outside world, he seemed like the ideal partner. Supportive, dependable, and humble. But behind the carefully curated social media posts was a relationship filled with tension and control, not the kind of balance people assumed they had. People close to the couple began noticing things weren't quite right. Christian, once friendly and talkative, started avoiding social gatherings. He became distant, choosing not to engage in conversations he used to enjoy. When they did appear together, he'd smile for photos, but those close to them said his expressions felt forced, as if he was putting on a mask.
I had to really talk to God, and I had to say, I was like, okay, what am I doing? And please just guide my steps. And one thing I asked for was discernment.
Privately, Christian began pulling away even more. Friends said he was careful about what he said in Jennifer's presence. He seemed nervous, always looking to her for approval before speaking. Some described the vibe between them as tense rather than loving. Still, no one pushed too hard. People chalked it up to the usual stress that comes with dating someone in the public eye. But Christian wasn't just stepping back. He was preparing. Long before anyone realized there was trouble, Christian was documenting every moment he felt wronged. He saved voice messages, screenshots, emails, and even handwritten notes. According to him, he had been emotionally and financially manipulated for years, and he was ready to prove it. He claimed Jennifer controlled how money was spent, monitored his accounts, and limited his access to shared finances. He said she used money as a way to keep power in the relationship, turning every disagreement into a financial tug-of-war. In the documents and recordings he collected, Christian said he was isolated, gaslit, and made to feel small so Jennifer could always be in control. He also said that while the world saw smiles and designer clothes, he was falling apart inside. He hinted that his mental health was suffering under the pressure of keeping up appearances. And still, he kept quiet until he couldn't anymore. The breaking point came when Christian filed legal paperwork. Not only did he request legal protection from Jennifer, but he also wanted to tell his side of the story. He released audio clips of their arguments, shared screenshots of conversations, and presented documents that, in his words, proved he had been manipulated and mistreated. Almost overnight, the internet exploded with opinions.
I knew a month in that Jennifer was the one. And I told Jennifer when we were dating, I said, I'm not here to waste your time.
Some people were heartbroken for him. Others were skeptical, questioning the timing of everything. But the one thing everyone agreed on, this wasn't the love story they had imagined. Jennifer responded quickly. She fired back with legal documents of her own, accusing Christian of lying to damage her name. She claimed he was painting a false picture of their relationship and using made-up stories to gain sympathy. She even filed a restraining order, stating he was harassing her and spreading false information. As both sides continued to make their case, the situation turned into a legal storm. More documents were leaked. Audio recordings were posted online. Private details became public knowledge. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get messier, they did. While both sides were trying to prove they were telling the truth, the judge began looking deeper into Christian's claims. But instead of confirming his story, the investigation uncovered something unexpected. Authorities discovered inconsistencies in the paperwork Christian had submitted. Some dates didn't line up. Some financial records appeared to have been changed. And then came the shocker: Christian had forged documents. Investigators found that Christian had faked Jennifer's signature on at least 2 financial contracts. He had changed numbers on shared bank accounts and even rerouted business payments into an account that only he could access.
Jennifer brings me so much peace, and that's very important in a relationship, you know, to be able to just come home and it be home, and, you know, not be, because we, especially as Black men, we deal with so much in the world anyway when we wake up, right? So being able to come home and she's just peaceful, and we just know, we get on each other's nerves sometimes, but that's, you know, that's love,
That's
right?
love,
But,
right.
you know, it's amazing. Like, I've never loved this way.
But it didn't end there. A woman who said she had been having an affair with Christian came forward. She claimed he had told her long before the legal fight that he was planning to build a case against Jennifer. She had text messages, voice notes, and emails that seemed to back up her story. According to her, Christian had been working behind the scenes to ruin Jennifer's reputation while pretending to be the victim. The same recordings he had shared to gain sympathy? Many were found to be heavily edited or pieced together from different conversations. One recording, which originally seemed to show Jennifer yelling at him, was proven to be cut from several different arguments and twisted to fit his story. The evidence was overwhelming. Christian wasn't just misleading the court, he was actively breaking the law. He was charged with multiple serious crimes, including fraud, identity theft, forging legal documents, and obstructing justice. During the sentencing, the judge made it clear that Christian had not only lied, but had used the court system as a weapon to manipulate public opinion and hurt Jennifer's career. As the verdict was read, cameras caught Jennifer wiping away tears. For weeks, she had kept quiet, defending herself through legal filings and official statements. But in that moment, the pain and relief on her face said it all. She wasn't crying for the media or trying to save face. Those tears were real. The public response was mixed. Some saw Jennifer as a survivor, a woman who had been dragged through a nightmare but managed to hold her head high. Others questioned why she didn't speak up sooner or whether she had hidden things herself. Her old social media posts were flooded with supportive comments, emojis, and kind words. But not all feedback was positive. Critics accused her of using the scandal for attention or being part of the problem from the beginning. One person wrote, "Something about this whole story still feels off. Jennifer's always in the middle of drama." Another added, "Christian tried to flip the story, but karma came fast." I hope Jennifer takes this time to heal. In the world of social media, people are quick to judge and even quicker to change their minds. Jennifer's team went into full crisis mode. Her Instagram went silent. Comments were turned off. Public statements were kept short and vague, only mentioning healing, truth, and respect for the legal process. Behind closed doors, her lawyers, publicists, and business partners were scrambling. They reviewed deals, reassessed partnerships, and planned how to rebuild her public image. Some sources claimed a major interview was in the works, a sit-down where Jennifer could finally tell her version of events. Others whispered about a documentary team already filming behind the scenes, capturing her emotional journey and the fallout from the trial. Whether those rumors are true or not, one thing is clear: Jennifer's next steps are crucial. This moment could either mark the beginning of her comeback or the end of her public career. As Christian sits behind bars, Jennifer is left trying to piece her life back together. Her reputation took a major hit. The glamorous, confident woman the public once adored is now seen through a different lens. This case wasn't just about a breakup. It pulled back the curtain on the cost of living in the spotlight. Every argument, every message, every emotional breakdown was put on display. And even though Christian was found guilty, Jennifer still has to live with the consequences. Rebuilding won't just mean winning public sympathy. It means regaining peace, trusting again, and learning how to move forward without always having to prove herself. So what's next for her? Will she reclaim her voice and tell her side in a way that changes everything? Will she rise from this stronger than before, or will she quietly disappear from the public eye, choosing peace over attention? Jennifer Williams has been in the spotlight for years, but this situation isn't entertainment, it's real life. And this scandal wasn't scripted. It was raw, painful, and deeply personal. As fans, it's easy to forget that behind the photos and TV appearances are real people dealing with real pain. Jennifer's story is a reminder that even the most picture-perfect couples can have dark chapters hidden behind the scenes. This wasn't about fame, fortune, or gossip. It was about betrayal, manipulation, and survival. And whether you believe Jennifer was the victim, the mastermind, or something in between, one thing is clear. This story isn't over yet.